Yo, what's up, guys? My name's Jay, and we just hit 500 subscribers. That is absolutely insane. I'm extremely proud of it, but even more grateful to you guys, all the day ones, and all the new subscribers. I appreciate every single one of y'all. These are 5 things that I've learned as a YouTuber with 500 subscribers. I know it's not the biggest milestone, but it's pretty big to me. And I feel like I've learned a lot, so I just want to share with you. Number one, and I hate to be so generic about this, but it has to be said. And if you can't do this, I honestly don't even know if you'd be able to last, but the first thing being is to just ignore the haters. Like I said, it is pretty generic. I promise the rest of the video won't be like this, but it just has to be said. If you just stumbled upon my channel from the algorithm, you may not know, but most of my content is gaming topic related. I give out my opinions. Gamers are very opinionated people, so a lot of people do not agree with me, and they make sure I know. I get a lot of mean things said to me, and you just have to let that roll off your shoulder, and just keep pushing. Sometimes you're wrong. That's okay. Everybody's human, so we all make mistakes. Just gotta learn to ignore the people or ignore the haters because they're not really contributing anything to your channel. I know it's hard, but it has to be done and it has to be said. Number two, just press record. I know that it's real easy to get inside your head and doubt yourself before you even start doing the thing that you want to do. At the end of the day, you do just have to press record and just start speaking. If you go back to some of my earlier videos, I couldn't even properly look into the camera. Thankfully, nobody really pointed that out, but what they did point out is sometimes my mic quality would be bad, or sometimes I would talk too low, or I'd talk too fast, and this and that. You can take that into account, but the only way you're ever going to actually improve and notice those things about yourself that you need to improve is just to hit record. Without taking that step, you're just gonna be stuck in analysis paralysis, and that's not good for a YouTube channel. Number three is to post even when you think that you sound stupid. There's been so many pieces of content that I have posted that I doubted before I even pressed the upload button. Like, I thought I sounded stupid, or I thought there's no way that anybody would agree with this, and there's no way that anybody doesn't know what I'm about to tell them already. But the weird thing about the internet is you're connected to so many people that don't have the same exact life and experience as you. They don't have the same knowledge as you, and everybody has, different lives, of course. So even if it's obvious to yourself and your friends and, your partner or whatever, it may not be obvious to somebody else. And there's been lots of content that I've posted that have been extremely niche, and it would hit. So if I was stuck in that mode of thinking that this is stupid and that everybody knows this already, like I shouldn't post this, then I would have never got that exposure of those people watching my video and commenting and letting me know, like, hey, thanks for posting this video. I actually learned something, and that gives you motivation to keep going. It's like, oh, maybe people don't know everything that I know. Maybe I'm a different person, I don't mean to get too existential. Okay, and like, for example, when I was getting my Switch 2 on launch day, I was in line at Best Buy, wrapped around the building because the line was so damn long, and I was just surrounded by a bunch of nerds. And I don't mean that in like a bad way, because obviously I'm a nerd myself. I'm literally in a Best Buy line at 2 a.m. getting a Switch 2. Like, I don't mean that in no derogatory way. My point is, I'm sitting in line with a bunch of people who are just excited for this console as I am, and I'm here conversating with them and talking to them about things. And then I realize these guys are in the same line as me, in the same exact spot. They got here early, whatever, but I know more about the Switch 2 than they do. So it's like, you could be in a situation like that, surrounded by mega fans, and still know more than people. You just wouldn't know until you open your mouth and find out that, hey, these people have different experiences and different knowledge than me. So whatever you have to say, I say that to say whatever you have to say may sound mundane to you, but it is valuable to somebody else. So post even if you think it's stupid. Although a lot of my videos do revolve around gaming, I'm not just sticking to one singular game or one singular topic or one singular console. I'm always like testing out new ideas because one, it makes things more fun, you know, to sit here and film and like, oh, I got this really cool idea. Let me just make this real quick. And two, it helps you reach a broader audience. If I was to just stick to one singular game that I'm excited about, like let's say I made a Call of Duty channel, then I'd be forced to just play Call of Duty all the time, which is cool if that's what I want to do, but I would only reach an audience that also likes Call of Duty. Instead, I'm focusing on like Switch 2 content, which allows me to talk about the console, it allows me to talk about the games I'm excited about, it allows me to review them and compare them to other consoles and stuff like that, and you know, just test out new ideas that you get. So never be afraid to step outside your comfort zone and see if you like making a different type of content. I plan to step outside my comfort zone even more going into next year and going into my next milestone of 1,000 subscribers. I really do plan to, you know, branch out my content and just make videos of things that I like, because that's what keeps it fun for me. You know, I don't want to pigeonhole myself and just, you know, be like, I gotta talk about this Switch 2. I don't want to talk about the Switch 2 no more. I want to talk about the Steam Deck 2, you know, like stuff like that. Also, I find that some of my most popular videos have just been little experiments that I threw together in like 30 seconds or like 10 minutes or whatever. Of course, my long form informative content does decent when I'm not rage baiting people, but yeah, some of my most popular videos are just little quick experiments, little quick ideas that I thought would go nowhere, but for some reason they resonated with people. And then number 5, the last thing I would like to leave y'all with, if you are an aspiring YouTuber, I'm still an aspiring YouTuber. I'm not talking like I made it big or nothing, but if you haven't started yet or you're early in your journey like I am, my last thing I would leave y'all with is to not focus on the numbers. As hard as it may seem to not focus on the numbers, I know I struggle with it every day. I'm like always refreshing my studio app and stuff like that, but focus on your skill first, or focus on your skill more than the numbers, because once you know, start building up your skill, you start getting a style and your editing gets faster and your ideas come out cleaner and stuff like that, then the subscribers and the views will follow. Just uploading a video and refreshing it a million times to see like, oh, it has 5 views now it has 10, now it has 30, like that does nothing for you. Instead, you should really use that time to focus on getting your editing system down and, you know, techniques for filming and stuff like that. Just always be learning. That's my goal for this, is like I want to make sure that one, my videos are eventually aesthetically pleasing and informative and just calming and enjoyable to watch. I won't get to that point just by looking at numbers. They do help tell me what people like to watch and stuff like that, but just because someone likes to watch it doesn't mean that I'm going to continue making that type of content, if that makes sense. I always want to strive to make the content that I want to make and hope that it resonates with everybody else. Just always be creating and recording and refining. That's it. Like, I know this is like maybe not the most informational. See, that goes into post even if you sound stupid. because I feel like, to me, this information is so generic, and like, yeah, everybody knows that and everybody's heard that a million times. But for you, I hope that it resonates with you. I hope it maybe inspires you a little bit and gives you a little push that you need to, like, keep going if you're stuck, or start if you haven't. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much some big takeaways that I've got during my 500 subscriber journey. It's been a lot of fun. I liked interacting with everybody, even the haters. Actually puts a smile on my face. I find those comments a little amusing sometimes. Sometimes they're a little weird, but yeah. Let me know if you guys like this type of content. If so, I could make another one when I reach 1,000. If I reach 1,000, no, when I reach 1,000, I will make another when I reach 1,000 and see if I learned anything else. But yeah, again, huge thank you to the 500 of you that have subscribed and supported the channel and left your comments and your likes and just watched my videos, period. I'm just some random dude that likes to talk a lot. And I'm really honored that you guys stay and watch me talk. So, yeah, that's going to be it for me. I will see y'all at 1,000 subscribers, and peace.